Hey guys, welcome back to another Tech Tuesday. So today's video is going to be like a mix between an app review, a first impressions video and also a let's play at the same time. Now as you've already seen by the title, today's video is going to be about the brand new Harry Potter game called Harry Potter Hogwarts Mystery. This was released about 2 weeks ago. I have been playing this game since launch date and honestly absolutely love it, but I do have some negatives I want to talk about as well, which is why I finally feel ready to be able to actually do this video. I've got some pros and some cons of the game. I'm not going to keep rambling on forever, so instead I'm just going to begin. The game starts off in Diagon Alley, which I don't think any Harry Potter game would ever be complete without, so I'm really glad that they did that. And that's where you meet your future best friend, who's called Warren. I can't pronounce it and I'm so sorry if that's your real name. I can't pronounce my W's and that's just going to be the excuse I'm going to use. You get to meet her and she helps you gather up items for the incoming school year. And this is where you'll start to learn how to do certain actions, how to cast spells, etc. So this is actually quite a useful part of the game. But unlike most games, you cannot skip this tutorial, so you have to actually play a tutorial first. Now one thing I especially enjoyed in this game was Ollivander's one shot. And what I loved the most is the fact Ollivander from the actual movies, that the actual characters actually modelled by the actor who plays Ollivander, which I did think was really cool. And when you actually get to Hogwarts and the rest of the game, you realise all the staff are modelled after the actors that play them. Now on Ollivander's one shot, you obviously get to choose your very first wand, and this is also when you will discover how to like cast spells, how to basically complete certain things in classes, which you will see later on in the game. Now this is also where you name your character. I was going to be really boring at first and I was going to name her after me, but then I decided to give her an actual proper name. Not that my name isn't a proper name, but I mean like just a normal character name rather than my own name. One thing I did do with my poor character, who I named Ruby Bell, is I did actually model her after me. And fun fact for you guys, whenever I play a game and I get to choose to be a female and I get to design my character, I always give her my name, and also I always model her after me so that she looks like me. Now unlike games like The Sims, if you've ever played The Sims you know what I'm talking about, you do have quite a restricted option of how you can design your character. So luckily Ruby doesn't look a lot like me, she actually looks better than me, but there wasn't like a lot of options I could give her anyway. Things like facial designs and eyebrow designs and hairstyle, stuff like that. There isn't a lot of option, but as the game progresses there is more things you can unlock. You need to have the gems or the coins to be able to afford to buy them. When we actually rolled Hogwarts, I realised how similar the game actually is to the movies and to the book. Just like in the books and in the movies as well, you have a sorting hat ceremony. Now I know this is something that probably the school does every single year, but just like in movies and in the books, you get to choose what house you're in. A little bit disappointing, so I would have liked to have done like a little quiz, and then depending on my answers it would have given me a house for me rather than me choosing one myself. But it doesn't work like that, so it's a bit like the movies and books in that sense as well. But unlike the movies and the books, I personally chose Hufflepuff. This is actually a major spoiler alert, so I do warn you now, if you haven't played the game yet, I'd switch off now. Quite soon into the game you'll find out that this is actually a prequel to Harry Potter, because I did wonder what Harry Potter was in the game. So Dumbledore comes up and introduces himself and only says that the boy who lived is safe and he hopes to come to Hogwarts one day when he's old enough, which means that this is at least 10 years before Harry Potter started at Hogwarts. And then one thing I also didn't like is that none of the characters are voice acted. Now I understand that I haven't voice acted the random students like Warren and Ben and Penny and all the people you meet during the game. They weren't in the original films, so they haven't really got a voice. But what I would have liked is if they'd voiced the teachers who we actually do know from the films and actually used their original voices. But then I remembered that Alan Rickman, who voiced Snape, passed away recently, and it wouldn't have been the same without him. If they'd like used a different actor for his voice, or just hadn't voiced him but voiced everyone else's, it completely ruined the game for me. I wouldn't have enjoyed it as much. So I'm actually now really glad that they did do that. But now I feel really sad because I did really like Alan Rickman and the world won't be the same without him, and he was a really good actor, and it's just really sad. Now I don't know how many people know this, but the dialogue options that you choose and the actions you take during the game actually affect future situations in Hogwarts. So this means that you can go back and play the game again and choose different options when you actually complete the game, so it's actually really cool. It also makes it really addictive because you really want to know if the choice you just made was a good decision or a bad decision. You don't really find out until much later on. Also at the top, you probably have seen from the gameplay already, you have knowledge, empathy and courage points. Now I'm trying to keep these as level as I can, because obviously each one unlocks different dialogue options when you actually get to that point, and when you duel someone one, like I'm going to mention in a minute. I recommend you be a certain level anyway for each duel. Courage is gained through flying class and also from doing brave actions. Empathy is gained from charms class. Knowledge is gained through potions class. Also when you complete quests and stuff, you do often get knowledge and courage and even empathy as well from just completing quests. So the classes can be great fun too. The only problem I have with classes is that the energy bar runs out so quickly, and obviously you need the energy to do other actions as well, like quests. So it's very frustrating having to wait around to complete a quest because you have no energy. For classes you can pick, I think it's 1 hour, 3 hours, 8 hours, and I always pick 8 hours if I can because it means I've got longer to complete the class. But you've got to get 5 stars in a class to pass it. It's literally impossible to do that in one playthrough. Obviously if you have a class that has like a fixed amount of time, like 3 hours, if you're late and don't get back to class in time, you have to start all over again, which is incredibly frustrating. I had a situation with that Marula recently. She got me trapped in Devil's Snare and I used up all my energy in a class, so I had to hang around waiting for 3 hours to get back to my game and actually save my character, which is very frustrating. But I did kick her ass in a duel later on, which was great fun, and I'm going to go on to duels now. So with duelling is really fun but can also be incredibly frustrating as well. It honestly depends on who you're fighting. Now as you probably can see from the screen, it's done like a rock, paper, scissors type of format, so you have to select one of those options and you have to hope and pray that the other person you're duelling chooses the losing option to actually get a chance to actually defeat them. I do find the duelling process very frustrating at times, but it's also great fun. I think it adds a really nice little element to the game. Another thing you can do is you can like improve your friendships with a character. Now this can only happen if you choose them to accompany you in a certain part of the storyline. And then what you do here is you use your knowledge, empathy and courage points to try and improve your friendship with them, try and reassure them that everything's going to be okay and convince them to join you on your quest. It's actually pretty easy. You have 2 right answers and 1 wrong answer. As long as you select one of the 2 right answers, fine. One gives you more points than the other one, but as long as you keep selecting all the right answers, it's pretty easy to complete. Overall, I absolutely love this game. It's so fun and so addictive. I really recommend playing it, despite the fact I've kind of ruined it for some people already, and I do apologise for that. Now I don't know about you guys, when I first heard about this game I thought it was going to be like another Pokemon Go, because all over Twitter and all over like the media online they were saying that there's a new Harry Potter Pokemon Go type game coming out. So when it actually arrived I was quite shocked to see it was nothing like Pokemon Go. But to be honest, I actually do prefer it this way because I don't really play Pokemon Go anymore anyway. I didn't really want to have to play another game involved having to go out and actually leave my house. I do actually prefer the game now as it is. It's so much better. Now the only negative I have about this game is one I mentioned earlier, which is there's literally nothing to do while you're waiting for your energy to refill, waiting for a quest to unlock. I did try looking around for someone to talk to or some side quests to complete. There's absolutely nothing to do at all. You're just gonna have to wait in real time. But what I did notice when I was looking around Hogwarts for things to do is that there's other areas that are locked for certain years only, which means that you'll be going through all 5 or even 6 years, I think it possibly 6 years actually, of Hogwarts throughout the entire game, which makes me really excited. I really cannot wait to see what happens. Just basically see how the game turns out when you complete it. And a really fun thing is you can just go back and do it all over again, just with different options this time. Anyway, that's the end of the video now. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys all enjoyed. If you have the game yourself, please let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on the game, and of course also please let me know what house you're in as well, because I love to meet my fellow Hufflepuffs. Also, if you like my content, please don't forget to press the subscribe button down below, and of course the bell button to be notified of all my weekly uploads, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!